Today we will read Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Purple Hibiscus. I think the light is not so proper on my face and it's looking dark, hazy, shadowy. Actually, I am doing this at night due to time management, you can understand. But I think that does not affect reading Purple Hibiscus. If any novel gives great impression on me, it is certainly Adichie's Purple Hibiscus. I like the novel. I love it too much. The characters, the setting, the situation, the conflict, everything I feel I can attach myself, I can relate myself. Okay, let's start with Adichie's Purple Hibiscus. Hibiscus, you know, but the purple color is some uncommon color of hibiscus. In our garden, there are so many hibiscus, but not the purple. Like purple, yellow, red, white, but purple hibiscus is rare, rare as pure love. Okay, we must know something about the writer Adichie. Born on 15th September 1977, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a Nigerian writer whose works include novels, short stories, and non-fiction. Adichie has written the novels Purple Hibiscus, Half of a Yellow Sun, my next target, I'll read that, and Americana, the short story collection, The Thing Around Your Neck, and the book length essay We Should All Be Feminist. Yes, I have read it. We Should All Be Feminist. Her most recent books are Dear Ijole, or a Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions, Jikora, Notes on Grief. In 2008, he was awarded a MacArthur Genius Grant. Let's go to the novel. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's debut novel Purple Hibiscus was published in 2003. It is set in post-colonial Nigeria. It is again the coming of age story of Kamli, a 15-year-old girl whose family is wealthy and well respected, but who is terrorized by her extremely religious papa. Purple Hibiscus garnered the Commonwealth Writers' Prize in 2005. Best First Book Africa, and that year's Commonwealth Writers' Prize for Best First Book. It is also shortlisted for the 2004 Orange Prize, that is later known as Orange Broadband Prize, and Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. Now you can have a look at Adichie and Purple Hibiscus. Isn't it beautiful? The setting of the novel. The novel is written against the backdrop of post-colonial Nigeria with its political unrest and economic crisis. Now we'll have a look at the summary of the story. The book is divided in 4 parts. Breaking of gods, speaking with our spirits, the peace of gods, a different silence. Okay, these 4 parts the book is divided. Okay, one second. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. The story is told from the point of view of Kamli. Kamli, who is Kamli? Kamli is the narrator of the story. He is the speaker. And through Kamli's eyes, we can view the other characters. So we must have a clear idea about Kamli's viewpoint. And you know, I just fall in love with Kamli. This character I like so much. So introvert, but so extrovert in her thought. One thing I noticed that whoever is introvert in character, in speaking, they're extrovert in their inner thought. Okay, he is the daughter of a wealthy Achika family in Enugu state. This family is dominated and controlled by strictly religious and conservative Papa, the father figure. You can notice that throughout the novel, there is a not mention of father's name. That is not so much important, but they mention as Papa, Mama. because they represent that stereotype character Papa and Mama. The book begins with the breaking of gods on Palm Sunday. Okay, Palm Sunday is a very important ritual of Adiche family, Achike family, sorry. When Jaja, who is Jaja? Jaja is Kamli's brother, elder brother, the son of Papa Eugene. Now you can get the name of Papa. He is Papa Eugene, and Mama, who is Mama? Mama is Beatrice. Jaja refused to join the communion, and angry Papa became very angry at the disobedience of Jaja. He cannot tolerate any type of disobedience from his family members. So when Jaja refused, it was like a rebellion, and it was like very important refusal. So Papa just flung his missile across the room that destroyed Mama's figurines. Instead of Jaja, the book hit the figurines of ballet dancer of Mama. Now you must give importance in this, the figurines of ballet dancer of Mama. These are too much important. Later we will talk details about these figurines that were arranged on the shelves and they broke. This violent outburst at the very beginning insinuated a more ominous future for the Achike family. So what is the name of the family? That is Achike family. And this starting with the violent breaking, throwing of the missile and violent breaking of the figurines, this hints some ominous future of the family, of the Achike family. Okay. So now Jaja behaved rebelliously, and Kambili, who tried to placate the situation, fell ill. Because Kambili is always afraid of his father. So she just want that everything remain normal. Father always remain placated, always remain in calm situation, don't get angry. That's why Kambili always want to keep the situation normal. And if this type of tension, conflict in the house with Papa and Jaja actually makes her ill. So in her ill bed, he asked her, Mama, will you replace the figurines? When Kamli asked her mother, she said no. Now this is very important because Kamli's mother said no. Kamli's mother used to wash and polish the figurines every time her father get angry and violently tortured or hit her. But this time she refused to replace them because she did not need them. Maybe Mama had realized that she would not need the figurines anymore. That when Papa threw the missile at Jaja, it was not just the figurines that came tumbling down. It was everything. Things fall apart. I was only now realizing it, only just letting myself think it. So the novel starts not with some ominous hints, but with the hints that something great is about to happen. Something will be broken, some orthodox, conventional situation that was going on for a long time must be broken because the mother did not the figurines anymore. The very opening of the novel hints at the violent character of Papa also, who was not only a fanatic religious man but also an autocratic ruler in his family. He punished his wife and children violently for very trivial causes. They are forced to live their lives in silence and following minute perfection, the schedule the Papa decided for them. Every character just follow the schedule that Papa decided for them. Even their behavior, their activities outside the house are controlled. They are watched and reported by father's men, the driver. After the first chapter, Kambali led us to the past days before we arrive on Palm Sunday. So the novel just opens in the present and takes us to a flashback in the past. Now from the next chapter, speaking with the spirits, it is in the flashback. It introduces the days before Palm Sunday. As a result, the tyrannical arrogant ruling of her father, Kambili grew up as a timid and introvert child who was desperate to appease her father. I tell you that Kambili always want to placate the situation, always want to keep everything in calm position. Her friends took her as snob. They think that she's the daughter of a very wealthy person, so she is snob. That's why did not speak with others. But actual reason was not that. Actually, she could not express herself properly, except keeping silent or fumbling for words. Whenever someone asked her anything, she just kept fumbling or mumbling. Despite Papa's abusive nature at home, people admired and responded him for his success. So there we find a contrast of character. Okay. So Papa's character is a type of contrast, you can see. In the one hand, he is very arrogant, autocrat, even cruel. But on the other hand, people like him, people adore him, respect him because he supported and even he stands against the corruption of the society and the government. She is a businessman and as a publisher of a newspaper, that is Standard. Standard is very newspaper. That newspaper openly criticized the corruption of government. Now, Mama was pregnant, but she was forced to attend the religious ceremony, and Mama fell ill. She does not want to go there and used to stay in the car, but Papa was very angry, and she was just forced, and then she was punished severely by Papa, and due to the punishment, due to the beating, she get her miscarriage. And this incident affects Kambli too much. The trail of blood that the two siblings, who are the two siblings, one is Jaja and the other is Kambili. These two siblings, they both together, they just scrubbed and erased from the stairs the stain of blood. When the unconscious body of their mother was carried out by Papa to hospital, this haunted Kambli. This sin, this blood haunted Kambli. So what happened then? The words in my textbook kept turning into blood each time I read them. Even at my first term exam approached, even when we started to do class reviews, the words still made no sense. So what will happen next? You can imagine, you can just comprehend that Kamli will not get first in the class. Kamli always get first in the class. It is her sole duty to appease her father and always get first into the class. But for the first time, Kamli will get second. He cannot be the first. So what happened? So Kamli want to prove Papa's theory. What Papa said, that God has given you much. He expects much from you. And he always expects that perfection. And Kamli wants to appease her father through her perfection. So though everyone took Kambli's silence and reserved nature as her attitude for the wealth of the Achika family, in reality she was always in a trauma, fear, and with a burden to be in the first position in the class. In the meantime, what happened? Papa's sister, Aunt Ifeoma, very important character, Aunt Ifeoma. Aunt Ifeoma joined them in their village for Christmas, along with her three children, Amaka, Obiora, and Chima. And Aunt Ifeoma was just opposite of Father Eugene. Father Eugene's character and Aunt Ifeoma's character is totally like two different poles, North Pole and South Pole. Her children were also free and comfortable in their speech and opinions. Father Eugene always suppressed, strangulated his children and his wife, but Aunt Ifeoma's family is totally different. Aunt Ifeoma lost her husband And he himself brought up the children, and she also works in the university. She was more like their father, Papa Nukuku. And now, who is father Papa? This Papa is not Papa Eugene. This is their grandfather, Papa Nuku, whom Eugene despised. The Papa Eugene, again there is a conflict with Papa Eugene and with Papa Nuku. He despised his for his hidden beliefs and customs. So Eugene, what is Eugene? Eugene believes in Christianity. Okay. Eugene believes in Christianity and Christian progress. On the other hand, his father, Papa Nuku, he believes in hidden culture of Africa. So that is the conflict. Eugene, according to his sister, was the product of colonialism and a staunch supporter of Catholicism. Later, Aunt Ifeoma took Kambili and Jaja with her to Nuska, Suka, to join a pilgrimage to a Catholic shrine with the reluctant nod of Papa Eugene. Actually, Papa Eugene never wanted his children to go anywhere. Always they remained dominated under his control. But Aunt Ifeoma pleaded again and again, and finally he gave his reluctant nod to go with Aunt Ifeoma to Nuska. But this became the fatal blow for Papa. Nuska will bring what? Nuska will bring purple hibiscus. And that purple hibiscus will change the scenario for father and for the novel and also for the characters. Now Nuska was very different from their homeland. There is aunt's house. They are in aunt's house. Luxury was an unknown word. There is not sufficient water, not sufficient light. Even they cannot flush in the toilet. Okay, that part is so pathetic. You can, when you read the novel, you will get that they cannot flush in the toilet even when the water get so much bad color due to continuous urinating. Okay, but with uncertain electricity, water, gas, or food, their laughter and singing and the many aspects of life was always at plenty. So in Father Eugene's house, there is luxury, there is so much thing, there is not any such problem. But there is no voice. People cannot speak freely, cannot smile, cannot laugh, cannot talk. The life is just suppressed. They're just like puppet, like that figurines. They're just showcased. But in Aunt Ifeoma's house, there is so much, you can say, um, lack, so much things that is wanting. Not any sufficient thing there is. Even the food is also not sufficient. But they can live happily there. The freedom of speaking, laughing, walking, and the right to express, that is the most important thing that Kambli learned, and Jaja, right to express. And that was the effect of Jaja's rebellion against Papa, that he refused to go to communion and live by one's own perplexed and disturbed Kambli and Jaja. And this situation at the first time disturbed Kambli and Jaja. Till then, in their life, in their adolescence, what they learn? They learn that Papa is always right. So what Papa is doing is right. But now after coming to Aunt Ifeoma's house, they found that is not, everything is not fixed. Even what father's viewpoint, that is totally contradicted to Aunt Ifeoma's viewpoint. So they get perplexed and disturbed. They felt confused and crumpled within these two opposite views of life. What are the two opposite views? Aunt Ifeoma's views, and there is Papa's views. These two views put them in conflict. Now here they met Father Amadi. So Father Amadi is very important character. He is such a character that Kambli fell in love with him. And if you read the novel, I think we all will fall in love with Father Amadi. He is a jolly liberal priest just opposite of Father Benedict, whom their father followed. And who is Father Benedict? Father Benedict is as orthodox as Father, just opposite to Amadi. Father Benedict is as orthodox as Papa Eugene. So even Kambli fell in love with him. They spent many hours in conversation and merriments. Kambli gradually opened up her mind in close contact with these amiable personalities and surroundings. So Kambli was always like haunted dear, always afraid. But in this amiable environment, Kambli gradually opened up her mind. Now, what happened in the meantime? Papa Nuku, who was in the ancient home, became ill, and Aunt Ifyoma brought him to her for treatment. Kambali did not disclose this to her father because she knows that father did not like his father, means her grandfather. But Papa Nuku died, and before the death, Kambli and Jaja for the first time came in close contact with Father Nuku, Papa Nuku, because Papa Eugene forbade them to go to Papa Nuku because he feared that the hidden influence, also will be transported to his children. But now, in Aunt Ifuma's house, without the knowledge of Papa Eugene, Kambli and Jaja came in contact with Papa Nuku. But when Papa Nuku died, Eugene came to know there is they cannot hide this truth. So he left a mark in the minds of his grandchildren about his hidden perspective and beliefs. So when their father finally took them away to their own house, the situation was not the same. Their silent voice has gained power already to protest and fight. Though Kambli's voice was not so violent, but Jaja's voice we can hear, and even Kambli's voice was not in that way, but in her protest. As Papa Eugene came to know that they spent their time with a hidden man, his own father, Papa Nuku, he poured hot water on their feet to punish them. You can imagine that how much violent and cruel can be. That as violent cruelty, that as they spend the time with their grandfather who is a heathen man, their father just put hot water in their feet because he thinks that if you do something wrong, your feet will be burnt like that. So one day Papa Eugene discovered Papa Nuku's portrait that was given to Kambili by Amada. Sorry, it will be Amaka. This name will be not Amanda, this name will be Amaka. Amaka was Aunt Ipioma's daughter. He broke into a violent rage and kicked Kambli to unconsciousness. So now Kambli appears as a protester. When Father Eugene told her to just give away the picture, Kambli did not listen. He just hug the picture and try to keep it safe, and Father Eugene kicked her again and again till Kambli get unconscious. After Kambli was left from hospital, she had to spend many days in the hospital because she became seriously injured and ill. So she was taken by Aunt Iphioma, and in hospital she just asked about Aunt Iphioma to her mother, that bring Aunt Iphioma to me. And she was taken by Aunt Iphioma along with Jaja to Nuska again to recuperate her health. Hereafter, coming back to Nuska, Kambli's crush on Father Amadi intensified and she began to come out of her cocoon. After they returned, the purple hibiscuses were about to bloom in their house, as well as Jaja's voice of protest. Jaja refused to attend the ceremony of Palm Sunday. So, the purple hibiscuses that was in Aunt Iphoma's house, Jaja from Aunt Iphoma's house bring those purple hibiscuses to his house. From Nuska, they bring it to their city. The story meets here. In this point, the story meets here from past to present. You can remember that father throw and figurines break, Jaja protest. That point actually after this, that they again go to Nuska and then come from there And that time this happened in Palm Sunday. I already told you that Palm Sunday is very important ceremony for them. The story meets her from past to present, and root that take the third chapter, the pieces of gods. The pieces of gods means the broken pieces of figurines. Jaja's continuous rebellion against Papa made Papa disturbed. He also got rashes on his face. Now, in the meantime, Aunt Ifeoma lost her university job and applied for visa so that she could go to America. She came to meet Eugene's family before going. Even Father Amadi was going to Germany. Father Amadi knows that Kambali loves him, but Father Amadi behaves very sensibly with Kambali, but he just made Kamli feel that it is not possible for him to live the life that Kamli lives, because Father Amadi is already dedicated to God and the work of church, so he had to go. But he reciprocated his love for Kamli so that she should not feel hurt. That thing I like so much about Father Amadi. I feel that Father Amadi also loved her and respect. The most important point for me here was that Father Amadi showed the respect to Kambali's love. He did not taunt it, he did not show it like a humiliation that Kambali will feel that I love Father Amadi, but he humiliated me, not insecure. But Father Amadi supported her. Father Amadi agreed to her passions, for her emotions. But at the same time, he also made her understand that it was not possible for him. But he used to write long letters to Kambali. That Kambali always carried with her, and these letters explored the inner thoughts and inner character of Kambali that she herself never can explore. So before all of them left for their first destination, they joined for the last trip to Nuska. They enjoyed a very memorable, happy moment together. I laughed. It seemed so easy now. Kamli never laughed throughout the novel except this time only. So easy now, laughter. So many things seemed easy now. Jaja was laughing too. You can feel. This novel is about feeling. When you will read it, you just feel everything, every emotion that you yourself have suppressed. You can feel like laughing, singing, talking. These are so beautiful thing you will not never can imagine if you do not read this novel. That evening, Mama called them to inform them that their father Eugene had died on his desk in the factory. So they all are now what? They are now at Nuska, and now their mother called him that Father Eugene has died on his desk in the factory. They hurried back home. I had never considered the possibility that father would die. That father could die. He had seemed immortal. So for Kambli, father was an immortal god-like character. The autopsy report disclosed that father was poisoned. Here is the climax of the novel. That father was poisoned. And who did that? Mama. Mama, that coy, submissive, subjugated character who never can protest. And if you are told her again and again that flee from here, just go away from Eugene. You cannot live tolerating this type of torture, violent, hitting, miscarriages happen one after another. But Mama never go, never went away. But Mama poisoned Papa. After Papa was so violent on Kambili, Mama realized that to save her son and daughter, she had to take some steps. And the breaking of the figurines. Now you can realize how the breaking of the figurines is related to this poisoning. Mama did not need the figurines. Mama has come out from that figurines. She is no more like that glass figurines. She is something more than that. So Mama revealed that it was she who poisoned him, mixing it in his tea. When the policeman came, Jaja took the blame. But Jaja is so responsible a boy. He took the blame for the murder and went to jail. In the final chapter, A Different Silence, Jaja is released after 31 months. Mama's lawyers can make this. When Mama and Kambali come to meet him, Jaja becomes silent in his approach. Actually, what happened? Jaja was released. Meantime, the government changed. And as the government changed, the death of Father Eugene's reason also changed. They just make a different story of Father Eugene's death, and that's why Jaja was released in amnesty. So when Mama and Kamli came to meet him, Jaja becomes silent in his approach towards his family, but notices his mother's loose curve. So he becomes silent, more silent, but his responsibility did not change, and tells her to tie tight. Kamli starts planning to visit Nuska first. When Jaja will be released, so they can visit Nuska first, and then they will go to America to visit Aunt Ifyoma with Jaja. So the novel ends with new hope and positivity. We'll take Jaja to Nuska first, and then we'll go to America to visit Aunt Ifyoma. I say, here I is Kamli. We will plant new orange trees in Abba when we come back, and Jaja will plant purple hibiscus too. And I will plant Sora so we can suck the juices of the flowers. I am laughing. I reach out and place my arm around Mama's shoulder, and she leans towards me and smiles. So beautiful these lines. They can smile now. They can talk, they can think, they can hope. Above clouds like dyed cotton, wool, hang low. So low, I feel I can reach out and squeeze the moisture from them. The new rains will come down soon. These lines that I can reach out and squeeze the moisture from them. So beautiful this line. I can reach out and squeeze the moisture from them. The new rains will come down soon. So this is purple hibiscus. Actually, I read in ebook and I like it. So significance of the name purple hibiscus. We will read this in second part. Till now we just read the summary, and now till today we'll now stop here, and in our next video we'll read about the significance of the name purple hibiscus and the other aspects regarding this novel. Okay.